today, from Seattle, Washington,
lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. And they will be led out by a guy certainly still trying to prove himself here in the league, the young rookie quarterback.
And he ought to have a lot of pep in his step after last week's performance, because he did exactly as you want him to play if you're a coach. 3 touchdown passes, 0 interceptions, which usually means you're making a lot of right decisions out there.
And got him the win. On 1st and 10, Anthony works right side into the hands of the tight end, Knox. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's 2nd down. Operating from the gun, Anthony. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. So it was already a gain on the completion, but tack on some more with that penalty.
Absolutely, and no matter what angle you're making the tackle from, you can't grab the face mask, and that's just putting your defense on its heels just a little bit more.
On 1st down, Anthony. He's going to dump this off to his running back, Hunt. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. To throw on 2nd down, Anthony. Out to the left, he's got his tight end, Knox. And they'll work this down inside the 30. Back to throw again.
Swings this out for Hunt.
And they'll get this down to the 10. The Bears on the move. They've got another 1st down.
Really a solid start here on the opening drive, Charles. He's now 4-4, and they're already in plus territory.
Brandon, he's been so precise to start this game, like we're watching an operation taking place right now. Master surgeon at work.
A gain of 8 there on the play, and it'll be 2nd and a couple. And a good sign for them right now to have their young quarterback looking confident on the opening drive.
Now, we haven't met a young quarterback, a veteran quarterback. It doesn't matter. We haven't met a quarterback yet that doesn't tell us he's confident about his abilities, right?
That's true.
But when you're young, it's really important to get off to a good start, because it does build up that confidence. It allows him to play better as the game goes on.
Especially crucial here on the road.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the...
And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago.
Kareem Hunt, his 11th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bears are on the board first here this afternoon.
And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. Kicks it on the ground with a squib, taken around the 28. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. And they will be led out by their rookie quarterback.
And you've got to think that they've got to be feeling pretty fresh. You know, coming off of the open week, didn't have to play, right? Gives them a chance to rest up a little bit, heal some of those aches and pains, and excited about playing again. That really rekindles things a little bit. I want to see how they come out and establish themselves here early.
And that bye week coming right where they want it, in the middle of the schedule. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
This defense for the Bears, they played really well in the win over the Raiders a week ago.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, It always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
So it's the big left tackle who gets tagged with a hold.
And sometimes you're actually executing the block well, and he starts to slip off of you, and instinctively you reach out and grab him. And when it's done like that, it's often seen.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. They brought him in off the corner, and he gets in to drop him for a loss of 4.
Oh, my goodness. Was that a defensive back that got to him with the pressure?
Oh, look at the former defensive back. You're all smiles up here.
I hope everybody can hear my smile on that play.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt, and the Bears take over. Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their second drive of the game.
And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off.
It certainly is. And if you're wondering if anybody's saying, boy, this is coming at a bad time, we want to keep playing, the answer can be yes. Because when teams are on a hot streak, they want to keep going. But what the veterans are telling the young guys in the locker room, an open week is always good, guys. Take it and let's go with it.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Back to throw. Anthony. He's got his target. It's the tight end Knox.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
Again, he'll drop to throw.
Going right back to Knox, and again a completion.
And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 6-0 our score after 1. They'll look to throw again.
Out route here, going to Hunt. He's got it.
And they'll get him down inside the red zone at the 14. It's also a gain of 14. First down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw, eluding the pressure right. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down. Looking to throw. Anthony. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bears. Dawson Knox, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to extend their lead. I'll let you do the analysis, partner, but with every touchdown pass this young quarterback throws and with the success that his team has had, I just continue to be more and more impressed.
Let's both do the analysis. Impressed. Aren't we both?
Yeah.
I mean, and why shouldn't we be? We've seen him improve throughout the year. We've seen him settle in now, and you can see the confidence of the team has grown. His confidence has grown. I think that everyone around this guy feels good about what they've seen. And it's also safe for him when he's driving home to turn on Sports Talk Radio. He's okay.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. Very short kick. This will be now a hit and a loose football. And this is picked up by the Bears. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
So problems compounding themselves here on the return. They just give up the touchdown, and now they lose the football.
Yeah, partner, things are starting to unravel a little bit for them right in front of our eyes. They're going to be looking for some answers, and quickly.
A nice-looking play to start the drive down the middle and complete.
And they're going to move it down inside the 25.
That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
Now they'll have it 1st and goal following that gain of 17. Back to throw. Anthony, the quick slant caught. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal.
That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Hunt.
Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more.
The ball mere inches from the white line on 3rd and goal.
Looking to throw. Anthony got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown.
DK Metcalf.
There to make the grab as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. They'll try and throw for it, and he's got it. So the try for 2 successful, and that bumps their lead up even further.
And the formula there on the 2-point try, they go 5 wide, not even the option to hand the ball off. They got it.
They tried to create space, and there isn't a whole lot of it there. For the defense, what you're trying to do is make sure that if they're going to catch the ball, make them catch it behind you because they run out of space with the back line. But in this case, the offense figured it out.
They're going to take this up close to the 40, so really good starting field position.
So that will push him back.
And now we know why I had a little extra space to run, don't we? An illegal block in the back, that penalty will move them back.
Throwing on 1st down. Glenn. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
This is Carson. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39.
4 yards the pickup, 1st down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the 1st down.
On 1st and 10, Glenn. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Now here's a throw that's complete. So 8 yards on the completion there, and 3rd and 8 now. Off play action. Glenn.
He'll fire one downfield for Fant.
Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. 46 on his first kick, this one in that neighborhood as well. And this will be taken at the 13. They'll net only 35 here following a 43-yard boot, 8-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Tight end Dawson Knox ready to go again, as is the rest of this offense.
Sitting right around the midpoint of the season, on pace for 1,000 yards. Good year so far, and I'm sure film study being devoted to him a little bit more on the other side.
They have to, because the pace that he's carrying right now, if you're pushing 1,000-yard pace as a receiver, that means he warrants your attention. And right now, precision is going on with their offense. Kind of like that timepiece you wear on your wrist. You know, that good stuff. You got to knock that off somehow. Chip away.
And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Off the play fake, Anthony. And this one is incomplete.
So, Charles, you look at this offense, and really on paper at least, a great situation for them upcoming. They're unbeaten on the year, an open week coming up after this. So I guess my question, any worry that maybe this is coming at the wrong time?
Oh, definitely I would be worried about this game, maybe more than any other on the schedule, because I know my guys are looking ahead to that open week. I've got to keep them focused on the task ahead, make sure they take care of business in this one. Otherwise, you're talking about a double trap. The trap of losing the game and then having the open week and having to stew about it.
Dancing to his left. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears.
Dawson Knox in the final seconds of the first half. And the Bears would extend their lead here just before halftime. Charles, every time that he makes one of these plays, I think the front office, they get a bigger and bigger collective smile because they feel more confident that they have found their guy, their future at quarterback.
And they should feel that way. It's obvious he's a big part of why they have such a good record this season. You're right about the bright future as well, and by association, a bright future for the franchise too.
And with a successful two-point try, the QB rolling out, I would imagine on the defense that makes it tough. When he goes out, he's got the option to run or pass.
Yeah, it really does. If you decide not to bring extra people or extra pressure, maybe you have to have a spy on the quarterback, someone to account for him, because oftentimes that is the unaccounted for player.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And with only 4 seconds on the clock, time likely for just one snap of the football. And this a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete.
So we reach halftime with a visiting Bear. Well, I know we hold off on the halftime update after all. Seems like everyone's ready to go here for the second half in Week 8 in the NFL. The Seahawks trailing, but they will have possession first here as we resume action in the third quarter. Short kick. One of the up middle take it now. And they'll be set up with good field position here as he gets this up over the 40-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Glenn. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Off play action. Glenn. He hits his target, Lockett.
Down the left sideline.
And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Tyler Lockett, 57 yards.
And the Seahawks are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
The extra point up and good. And that'll cut the lead down now to 22. The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time.
Taken at the goal line. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again.
Airing it out, looking for Ridley.
And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Open man is Metcalf. He's got it.
And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Give him 22 there on the 3rd down conversion. On 1st down, Anthony. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down. Off the play fake, Anthony. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. Touchdown! Calvin Ridley, 45 yards, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead.
Well, partner, I mean, if anybody was still questioning whether or not he had an NFL caliber arm, I think you can toss that right out the window. That was a heck of a throw right there.
I would agree totally. Question it no more. This rookie, big-time throw right there. Great poise, stepped up, trusted he could lay it in there perfectly, and he knew that his guy was going to make the catch on the other end. Nice collaboration.
It's a squibber picked up around the 27. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
And that will be incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away.
This is taken at the 23. This will be a 41-yard punt, 3 on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Throwing on 1st down, Anthony.
On this one, incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down. We sit in quarter number 3 out in Seattle. A 2nd and 10 now.
Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. Touchdown, Chicago. DK Metcalf with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Bears are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
He put quite a bit of air underneath that touchdown pass. Of course, we knew that he had the strong arm.
That part was easy. You could see that throughout his college career. But what you want to know about a rookie is when the pressure's on, can you throw with touch? He just did right there. And, boy, it was pretty.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it.
And he'll be out of bounds well short of the goal line, so the attempt at the fake extra point unsuccessful.
Well, I have to admit, I'm scratching my head a little bit here trying to make sense of what I just saw. Number one, huge lead. Just kick the extra point and be done with it. Number two, if you are going to go for 2, just line up and go for it from the 2-yard line. Why make it so difficult? That's a long way to go to try and pick up some points.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. A win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
Well, we use the term pitch and catch a lot to denote an easy completion. We just saw one right there on 3rd and 3 to pick up the 1st down.
Why are those so tough to defend? Just because they hit so quickly?
Yeah, it's all about timing and confidence. Quarterback sees it, rips it, there you go.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. So the 1st down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Back to throw. Glenn. It's hauled in by Shepard.
And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. Well, the margin on that scoreboard, obviously, for them, it looks daunting. But I don't know, Charles. They're probably not focused on that right now. Maybe just chaining together a positive drive with plays like we just saw, giving themselves something to build on.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. And what they have to be careful of is getting glued to that scoreboard, trying to do too much. Because if you do that, you're all but guaranteed to start making mistakes. Just focus on one play at a time and make each one successful.
On the delay, here's Carson. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5. not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up fourth down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And this is Shepard on the catch.
And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
Draw play. This is Carson. Oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet. And this is picked up by the Bears. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
And they have to be feeling pretty good. Comfortable fourth quarter lead as they take over following the fumble recovery.
Airing it out, looking for Ridley. Oh, a contested ball here, and it's going to be caught. So the field flips here as they'll go to work at the 20 now on 1st and 10. Catch is made by Metcalf. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long.
Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. DK Metcalf, his third touchdown of the game, 10th on the year. And the Bears add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it.
I know they're not asking me, but I'll give you my opinion anyway. I think it's time to erase that play from the call sheet. I guess they figure with the big lead they can experiment a little bit. But all in all, just go ahead and put that play on ice.
It's a squibber picked up around the 27. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there. And trailing big here in this fourth quarter.
Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. Operating from the gun. Glenn.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
The offense on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Looking to throw. Glenn. The ball comes out. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
We always hear a lot of veterans on the defensive side of the football. They talk about smelling blood in the water, putting pressure on a rookie. They got to him there to force it free, but couldn't recover it.
And you mentioned the pressure. Rookie quarterback, you're going to bring more pressure at him at all times because you don't know how he's going to hold up. He was fortunate there. Luck was on his side, able to recover that fumble.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Glenn completes this again to Shepard. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. On 1st and 10, Glenn. His throw incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
To throw on 3rd down. Glenn.
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by Cole Holcomb.
Past the 20. And they will score a pick six for a Bears touchdown.
Well, this one was already ugly, and now it's just kind of becoming a feast on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, partner, this is a unit that knows they got this game in the...
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
Okay, they went for the fake off of the extra point attempt. It's a long way to go, and they didn't get there. Didn't get it completed successfully. Did someone dare them to do that? Did someone double dog dare them to do that?
Maybe they saw something on film, but do you see something on film to try something from the 15 on a PAT? I don't know.
The only thing they needed to see on film there was a snap, a hold, and someone kicking the ball through the post.
Watch the screen. Pass. Ford is Mike.
On first down, Glenn. And that going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again. Glenn. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
So a roughing the passer penalty there, CD.
And we know that these pass rushers love to get after rookie quarterbacks, but they've still got to do it within the scope of the rules. And that time, the hit came just a little bit too late. And the official won't even think twice about pulling his flag on that one.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it. Through an opening, and there he goes. The 30. 10. And they will score a pick six for a Bears touchdown.
Well, no surprise to see that one, partner. The league's #1 defense coming through with a huge pick six.
And it's plays like that one that have made them the most feared group to face this year. Offenses, they're trying to figure out how to work around them rather than work through them. Big-time impact playmakers scattered throughout the unit on every level, and they can change a game at a moment's notice.
Well, I guess when you're hot, you're hot. I mean, I would just go ahead and take the extra point and move on, but apparently they've got something to prove. Almost feels like something was said this week, and they wanted to make sure that they laid it on them in this game.
Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
To throw on second down. Glenn, left side here, that's the tight end Fan.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
On third down, Glenn. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Eddie Jackson picks him, and a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Another great play defensively. They've been sharp on both sides of the ball, Charles, but that interception means that this defense very well keep them down to single digits on the scoreboard in this game.
And that's certainly something to smile about, isn't it, partner, if you're on defense? Because your goal every game is to pitch a shutout, but you and I both know that's pretty unrealistic. But to hold a team below double figures in a game, in an NFL game, that's certainly something to take pride in. Well, even with a huge lead, he was looking for more points. Wanted the deep shot downfield. That one goes incomplete. Obviously, he wants to put more points on the board.
Escaping the pressure right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
Flush to his right. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 10-yard line. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th. Back to throw. Anthony.
And this will be caught by Mooney.
And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
Here we go, set, yellow, 43, pause red.
Let's get off the field. Let's get off.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball.
And that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete.
Up huge on the scoreboard, and they're still trying to add to their total. That shot doesn't connect, but I don't think it'll dissuade them from attempting another one.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Uchenna and Wosu got the sack there. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Looking to throw. Anthony. Flushed out right. Now on the run. He'll throw it back deep over the middle. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs.
And the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football.
A feather in the cap for the defender, picking off one of the league's better quarterbacks so far this season, and add another feather in the cap for the coaches, too. Excellent game plan, and they had their guys aware of his ability to roll out and how to defend against it.
He's got it complete to Aguilar. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late, but he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. Point after, right down the middle, as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that one bounces out of the back of the end zone, so we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback.
Get a look at DK Metcalf as this offense returns to the field.
This defense, they wouldn't mind not seeing him again for a while. 3 trips to the end zone. How about that?
I think right now they would happily go to their general manager and say, is there any way you could get a trade for him, bring him over to our team so we don't have to cover him anymore? Because he is really having a heck of a ball game, isn't he?
Boy, he is. I don't know that mid-game trade's going to happen, but good thought. Back to the air on second down. Anthony eluding the pressure right. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. Oh, a leap, and he will make the catch. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left.
Down, black 40, 6, red, hurry, red, go.
Throwing on first down. Anthony. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that is incomplete.
Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.
So for the Bears,
they continue to cruise as they move to 8-0 now on the campaign.
And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Seahawks, they fall a game under the 500 mark at 3-4 through 7 games. And they'll be at home for one next week as the Baltimore Ravens come to town. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.